A lot of women, a lot of young ladies like that grizzly husky type. They like that grizzly looking guy. That guy that is solid. That's why I used prime Mike Tyson as an example. He's the best example that I could think of when I'm talking about this. He's the best example of what I mean by husky, kind of bulky, grizzly. I use grizzly. That's just the way that I'm gonna describe it, right? And the thing with him is, you look at him on a thumbnail, he's not 5%. Okay, he's not 5% body fat. A lot of guys get hung up and caught up on like this whole 5% thing. And by no means is that not a body type that women will go crazy for, right? I'm by no means saying that it should, that 5% ain't something that women look at and think is attractive, okay? But it's not the end all be all. And as a matter of fact, I would argue that the more huskier, the more grizzly type of guy, he gets even more play. He gets even more play because it's just something, look, when it's just too many striation, because you got to think 5% body fat, 5% is extremely low. 5% is extremely low. And this number, this very arbitrary number, it came from, I think it originated with a lot of these black pill channels, a lot of these channels, looks maxing, whatever the hell you want to call it. And it just went completely logical. It went completely mathematical. Now everything is extremely mathematical. And the weird thing about it is that I somewhat agree with this mathematics, right? With this geometry, because I don't want to get metaphysical with it, but the thing that attracts women is that geometrical difference, right? Is that kind of difference that is geometrical, and it's that shoulder to waist ratio, things of that nature. We have our own geometry. We have our own geometry when we look at young ladies. It's that curve in the hip ratio, that slim, thick, whatever you want to call it. A lot of people call it slim, thick, slimmer waist and a rounder behind, or more curves. We like a little more curves on our women, right? Whether it's the top heavy, right? The hooters, or it's the booty, whatever. We like those curves, and we don't mind a little bit of cushion for the pushing, if y'all know what I mean. And young ladies, look, this is the thing. Young ladies can get away with a little more body fat. Okay, young ladies can get away with a little more body fat. There's a lot of you guys on here, even some of y'all on here, that done speared a couple of whales in their lifetime. All right, y'all done took Precious home and y'all knocked her boots off. Y'all knocked her socks off, and y'all loved every second of it, while y'all coming on here making videos talking about, oh, these obese chicks and stuff. I kind of went off the rails there for a little bit, but I'm just playing. I'm exaggerating, but you guys get what I'm trying to say here. Women can get away with a little bit more curves. Okay, not too much, not like Precious. I know I was just playing earlier, but not like Precious. Talking about just a little more cushion, okay? But the thing is, these guys, they went too overboard with that 5%, 3% body fat. 5% body fat is some shit that is unsustainable. It really and truly is. And a lot of research came out saying that having that low of body fat messes with your erection. You know what I'm saying? It messes with, you're fatigued a lot. You're weaker, so it might look good, but it's really not sustainable like that. And to be quite frank with you, like I said, a lot of women, they love that more huskier, solid type of build. And what I mean is, it's not, you don't see every single muscle, and you don't see every single striation, and those deep ass cuts, and those, steroidy type of delts. One way you could tell if someone is on roids is looking at their delts and traps. They got those big, huge ass delts and those huge ass traps. Not saying that people with big old delts and big traps are on roids, not at all. And I'm gonna get to that because that is one of the things that they look at, right? But I'm talking about those abnormally, you know, like when a dude is super lean and he has big old delts, like abnormally big and stuff, you can see all the cuts and striations. That's cool. That's awesome. But they love that more. The guy that has just a little more body fat. Like I said, I'm gonna keep referencing that Mike Tyson. He's got a little more fat on him. He's definitely way more than 5%. More on the maybe 10%, maybe even 15%. Okay. But the thing is, the thing that's attractive to the woman is that solidness. You know, that solid look. It's that solidness. He's not necessarily, it's not necessarily Mr. Olympia 5% fat. It's just that solidness, even if he does have a little more weight to him. Okay. Now, there's a difference. There's nuances. There's a difference between a dude having that soft kind of Pillsbury Doughboy, and excuse my reference, but I feel like it's real fitting because it looks soft, that gelatinous type of visceral fat. Now we're talking about 30% and that obese type of thing. Okay, that kind of softer looking type of fat, right? Then you got that guy that's a little more bigger, a little he's husky, right? That term husky. He's got that mass on him. He looks strong. You know, and I was talking about earlier with the traps in the shoulders. He's got those uh big shoulders and those big traps. He's got that kind of chest that's poking out like that, right? And a lot of chicks, they go crazy over it. And chicks, they got all types of body types that they go for. And I've used dogs as an example because dogs, for whatever reason, I observed them, and it's like the best type, the best thing I could correlate it with, right? You got the Great Dane build, which is the more lanky, taller type of guy that's lean. Okay, that's lean, very, very lean. If you think of maybe some basketball players, right? Maybe you got some basketball players, and I'm trying to think of one right now. Maybe Giannis, right? Maybe Giannis, even though he's got a solid build to him, but you guys get what I'm saying. That more lankier Great Dane build. Then you got the Greyhound. Okay, that's the guy that's not really lean muscularly, but he's just, you know, average. You know, he's kind of more on the skinnier side. See, the Great Dane has that muscle mass to him. Okay, but the Greyhound is, you know, the skinny guy. Then you got the Pit Bull, right? Then you got the Pit Bull. The Pit Bull is is the closest type of build that I could think of when I'm talking about the guy that's a little more huskier. He's got that Pit Bull build. He's wide. You know, he's very wide. And women, they're looking for guys. That's what's attractive to them. If you want to know what is attractive, to be honest, the simplest way is the difference, right? The difference between men and women. Women are more smaller. Like I said, they're more softer. They got more curves. Men are wider, right? On top, on the shoulder part. Okay? The shoulder part, more wider. The traps, more wider. The chest, if you're looking from the side, the chest and the back, that little space, it's wider. It's more mass. And chicks, when they look at these type of guys, they get turned on because, for one, they're thinking, hey, look, this guy can dominate me when it's time to go in a room, right? He could dominate me. He could put in some work. Second, you know, it's just masculine. Like I said, it's manly. And then a lot of these guys, you know, if they got the beard, not saying you have to have one, because that picture of Mike Tyson, dude didn't have he didn't have a beard, okay? I'm just saying that beard, you know, got that beard going on, and he's got a cool personality. You feel me? Bam, there it is right there. And guys, this, little studies have been done here and there. And these studies showed that guys who are more in shape or fit or bigger, masculine, right? Obviously, they are more in tune with their masculinity, so they're going to do a little more better with women, okay? Not saying this is the case all the time, because you do have your one-offs. You do have your guys that are swole and suck with women. And in that case, it's like, or they're husky, or they're well built, they're grizzly, whatever you want to call it, and they do bad with women. In that case, it's like, damn, that guy has to do some deep diving, because he's done a lot of the work, right? He's done a lot of the work. He got the hard part out, because the hard part, you talking about looks and physicality, hell, he's got that part on lock. So the only thing he's got to do is work on his personality. But that big solidness, that big back, they're like rubbing on it. They break touch barriers all the time. And I'm gonna make another video about this. Women love breaking the touch barrier with guys that are fit, with guys that are husky. They got that kind of husky build to them, and they love breaking the barrier. It's something that turns them on, just on the most natural type of level. They see this guy and he looks strong. Physicality is a huge part of masculinity. Okay. So anyway, I hope you guys like this. Peace.